Hi there, Segment 2 Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org, where over 90,000 people have watched shows. Check us out. Community policing, we're real big on that. Sonny, of course, is the chairman of the District Advisory Committee of the 24th District. Go to caps24.org if you're in Rogers Park and West Rogers Park. For the rest of the city, call 311. So why am I wearing this bib? Well, it's not really a bib. You know, if you've ever been to the Barber, you might be wearing something like this. And when it comes to this show, there really only is one barber. Not a hairstylist, not a coiffure person, or whatever. We're talking about, and we've talked about this on the show, a real, honest-to-goodness barber. Somebody who cuts your hair without all the whatever else. And of course, there is only one barber in this world worthy of this sort of accolade. And the sort of accolades we give on the show, and of course, that is the one, the only, the real Marty Levinson.
Avi, how are you, sir? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. And all I want to say at this point is, hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Yes, that's right. But I am the real Marty Levinson. And for all those out there who don't think so, here I am in the flesh. I've been on Avi's show many times, but there are certain people out there that think there is not a Marty Levinson, but here I am.
And this is the real Marty Levinson. The whole to tell the truth thing we do, which we love, and it's great shtick. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know what, if I didn't think so highly of Marty, I basically have been coming to Marty to get my haircuts for around 30 years.
Yes, a little more maybe.
Yeah, I
Who's counting?
Well, actually, I'd like to forget some of the, well, actually not because of you, but
yeah, me,
the haircuts have always been good. And obviously, he hasn't done his work yet. Otherwise, I'd be looking a little less hirsute.
That's true.
As they say in French. But the fact of the matter is, you know what? Last time you were on, we had such a good reaction because you actually interviewed me, which was really pretty cool.
And it was great. I enjoyed it. I don't think anybody's interviewed you.
No, not really. Actually, you know what? Janice Gordon kind of did, but it wasn't really an interview, but not like you did. You did a better job
I
than
tried
Janice.
I tried to do a better job because I think people out there want to know the real Avi Meyer.
But I want to tell you this. It's kind of funny. Joe Centovani, who's somebody who works in cable casting over at Can TV, basically was saying to me, it's like he never understood, and he takes the show seriously. He really enjoys, you know, Access TV in general, which is something I really respect him for. He has told me he never understood the whole Marty Levinson stuff until he saw you interview me. And then he said to me, it's like, what a great guy Marty is.
Oh, thank you.
So, and Joe's got good taste.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Hi, Joe. How you doing? But you know what? Let me ask you a question.
Ask me anything you like.
Over these last few years, you've seen all these really important people. You've seen whether it's a congressman, or whether it's the Secretary of State, or whether it's the president of the Cook County Board, or whether it's an alderman or various civic officials, commissioners. You know, you name the important position. There are people all over life who've done, hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine. How do you feel when you see that stuff?
I'm humble. I am so humble. I can't even tell you how humbling it is for me to watch myself when it comes on television and see all these wonderful people, I have to say. Not because they're doing me, but they're just going out of their way just to have a little fun and getting on the Marty Levinson bandwagon kick. People who come on the show, on Avi's show, want to do the Marty Levinson thing, or else they get upset because he's not doing it. But Avi does it with everybody.
No, that's true. And well, you know what? One thing I do want to mention is Elizabeth Vitale, who's the president of the Rogers Park Community Council. And when we had her do the Marty Levinson thing, she basically said, you know what, you're finally promoting me. And she's really a terrific lady, and I thought that was absolutely cool.
That is funny.
And, but you know what, it's like some of this stuff is really good too. It's like, you know, we had Scott Lee Cohn on earlier today in the first segment of the show, and he's never done it before, but he's certainly aware of it. So he wanted to know, is there a real Marty Levinson?
Yes, there is.
Shot?
Hi, Scott.
And hi, Scott. And Scott's a really good guy, by the way, for those of you who don't know him. But you know what? He really was like, felt like he got a graduate degree also when he allowed him to do Marty Levinson. I have to say, a lot of people have done it. And
like I say, I'm very humble, and I like to thank everybody for doing it. I know that it's something that you come onto this show, and it's more serious business, but it's good to have a little levity, and it's good to have a little bit of shtick, as we call it. And I'm enjoying it, and I hope all of you who have done it and all of you who are watching enjoy it also.
Absolutely. Well, one of the things, Terry O'Brien, who actually has met you.
Love Terry O'Brien.
Terry's a great guy. Terry's made a point of actually trying to think actively about how we can incorporate Hi, I'm Marty Levinson into a campaign message about cutting the Cook County budget, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh, that's very funny.
And,
good.
Scott Cohn
I'm ready.
Yeah, Scott Cohn actually adapted the same kind of thing also with the state budget as lieutenant governor. In some ways, though, and I love Terry's stuff, and Terry's actually referenced you on a number of occasions.
Yes,
he knows
he
where
has.
your barbershop is. He doesn't live that far away.
That's right.
But I got to tell you, with all due respect, Terry, because some of your stuff with Marty is some of the best stuff we've had. People actually strategize how to do this, and I've got to say that Anita Alvarez.
I have to say, when I saw my wife and I were sitting watching the show, and I had no idea. Avi had not told me what to expect. She came on with this gigantic pair of scissors, and she did the Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. I was blown away. It was unbelievable. Thank you very much, and your whole crew that went about having that scissors made specially, and going out of your way to have some fun.
Yeah, her PR person is Sally Daly Hunt, and Sally Daly actually, and you know what? First of all, people who don't know, Anita is such a nice person. She really is. I mean, she's very serious about the job, and so Sally. And Sally's also like a really, really great person. That's a pleasure to deal with. And one of the people working in the office, and I wish I remembered his name, came up with the idea because when they do a ribbon cutting, like they're opening neighborhood offices, they opened one like up on around Balmoral and Western Avenue. Mm-hmm. So they have this. The state's attorney's office has this gigantic ribbon cutting scissors. It's a 3-foot long scissors. I think it weighs 17 pounds or something like that. It costs about $170. I looked it up on the internet. And when they brought it over, and for those of you who don't know too, it's like when she did the bit. She made sure this was on the other end. She did not want to scratch. This is my dining room table. We do this at my house. She did not want to scratch the table. It was very considerate of her. I mean, these are really nice people. Yes. So I just think that was really cool.
Great fun.
Yeah, we're very picky about, and Jesse White, of course, has done some very
Absolutely. Jesse White is another gentleman and another person that we must vote for.
Yeah, and I'm leaving people out. Well, you know what? We want to vote for Larry Suffredin.
Larry Suffredin.
He actually tries to be very creative about his Marty Levinson.
That's right. Thank you, Larry. And Tom Dart.
Oh, Tom, for
sure. He's a nice gentleman, too, that has done me in the past, and thank you.
Yeah, and by the way, Tom, it's time you got on the show and did a new Marty Levinson. Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and I do want to thank Tom because he's the one that nominated me for the Community Outreach Award for the Illinois State Crime Commission, and thank you very much for that. So we're hoping we'll have you on before the election.
Right.
And you know what? So far, we've got 4 candidates in the Cook County board race who've done it.
That's right.
We've got Terry O'Brien, we've got Dorothy Brown, we've got Tony Preckwinkle, and we've got Todd Stroger.
Yes. Got all the heavies.
Yeah, now if Danny Davis wins, I still think Danny Davis, you know what, I could be shooting myself in the mouth because by the time this comes on the air, we'll know it's what. I do think Danny Davis is going to be running for a re-election for Congress. I don't think he's going to give up a sure thing to run for Cook County Board. I think it was shaping up the race to see what was going to happen and is going to, but we'll see.
Right.
And by the way, if Danny Davis is running for Cook County Board President, you're invited on the show. As long as you do the Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
Very good. Very good.
You know,
so I have to ask Avi a couple questions because Avi has been my friend. I know a lot about Avi that you folks out there don't know, except that he's a moderator and knows his stuff about being in front of the camera and asking the right political questions to the right people. But I remember we did this bit a while ago, and I did get to interview Avi for a few questions, and we know that he's from the South Side, and South Side of Chicago, always lived in the city, and his parents were from South Shore. And
originally from Lithuania, but then South Shore, right?
From Lithuania?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's the
my dad
country of your father's birth?
My dad came over in late 38, early 39 when he was 27. My mom came over even though she had no trace of an accent, she came over when she was 9.
Oh, so they didn't meet in Lithuania?
Oh, no, not at all.
They met here in Chicago?
They met at my grandfather's house.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Which actually was in Albany Park at the time.
Okay. Albany Park's a great place.
Yeah.
Nice part of the city.
3232 Wilson.
Oh, really? Close. That's near McCormick or Kimball.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because he might have still been on the west side then, which would have been 16th and Hamlin. So,
Okay. So anyway,
you got me thinking about this stuff.
now you went to school on the South Shore until you moved up here into.
Well, I went to
Park?
Akiba Jewish Day School, and actually, I went to the Ida Crown Jewish Academy. Was the high school I graduated from.
Which is still in working.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? I went one day from having a 25-mile bus ride to having a one-block walk, which is a lot nicer.
That's right, because you've been in this home here for
since 1968.
Oh, many, many years.
Yeah.
So you went from grammar school into high school, and you were in this home, and then you went to college. Of course, you went to what school did you go to?
Well, I went to
Columbia?
actually. I originally went to Mayfair Junior College, which no longer exists. It's now Truman.
Yes.
And I graduated from Columbia here.
That's right. And you got your degree in journalism?
Actually, communications. They didn't have a journalism degree, but
I have
the
a degree in
emphasis was
communication also.
The emphasis was in journalism. Mm-hmm. What did you graduate from?
I graduated from Midwest Broadcasting School.
Ah,
which was at the time.
I remember that.
Yes, which was at the time in the downtown area off of Wabash, and I graduated in the middle '60s, and got a 2-year associate's degree in communications, which I used sparingly.
Yeah.
Didn't really do too much with it.
But by the way, you do communicate very well in your present role.
Thank you. Talking with people all day long and standing on your feet for 40 years and conversing with customers.
I didn't think about the standing on your feet. How does that work?
It doesn't bother me. I'm lucky.
Okay.
I have a 92-year-old lovely mother who's still healthy.
And she should stay healthy and
she's
well
healthy,
for a long
and
time.
she's a lovely lady. And I have a lovely wife, Karen, who takes care of me.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen. And I have wonderful children, Adam, Jenna, Amanda, and Heather, and a couple of grandchildren. And everything is, at this stage of life, everything is good. And I plan not on quitting work. I plan on working till I'm at least, hopefully, stay healthy, 75.
I was thinking more like 110 because I need you longer than that.
Well, that's okay. And see, one thing about being a barber is I can sit down on a chair. I don't have to stand. I can move the chair around. The chair moves. I sit. I move you this way. I move you that way.
No, but you know what? You don't use the razor on me, so I don't mind if you're 110.
That's right. I don't use the razor much on anybody anymore. I don't shave anymore. I don't do any shaves, but I still do the neck shaves.
Well, you've got like a religious Jewish crowd, so
yes,
the fact
I have
is we
quite a few.
Really don't
I
get
can't
shaved.
shave the religious people. There's a few that'll get a neck shave, but around the payas or the ears, whatever you want to call it.
I remember one you know what, I want to say his name on the air, but I remember one person in particular, and I said, he's different, and you said, yeah, he sure is. South American guy.
Yeah, that's right. You remember who that is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, Avi's been my customer for many, many years. He's a great guy. I looked him up after I moved back from Florida, and he had wanted to get me on his show for a long, long time, and I kind of waffled a little bit, but we had so much fun when Sonny and Avi came to the barbershop, and we did a whole segment, and it was great. We loved it, and I've been doing it ever since.
You know, by the way, for those of you who don't know, I don't really know the exact origination of the Marty Levinson bit, the same way like some of the stuff we're doing, even though we talked earlier today, we didn't talk about what we were going to talk about.
No, everything is off the cuff, ad-libbing, and just being ourselves.
And the same thing's true with the politicians, because I just think it works better that way. But the fact is, you know what, when Marty came back, I knew he was having trouble. He was trying to recover his old customers. He used to have a place called Taurus on California, just south of Tui.
Right.
And hi, Darlene, but we'll talk about that another day.
Yes.
Oh, and hi, Doreen, as long as they're saying hi to
yes.
people.
Hi.
But the fact of the matter is, you were having trouble finding a niche and finding a place and all the rest of it.
That's right.
And we don't advertise on the show. And the truth of the matter is, people do not pick their barbers based on advertising whatsoever.
That's right. They pick their barbers with word of mouth, relatives, children, people who just say, "I need a barber. Can you tell me who you go to? Do you like him? Is he a decent guy?" And that's how you go about finding somebody.
I still remember when we first had you on the show and I had the flyer out with your name on it. I got a call from, at the time, the 24th District Commander Weiberg.
Wayne Weiberg.
And nice
I grew up
guy,
with Wayne Weiberg.
And he said, which I didn't know, and he says to me, "Marty Levinson, is that the barber?" And I figured, oh, hell, what the hell crime did Marty commit in Florida? I got to know this.
Yeah.
So I really danced around it, and I finally committed it. It's like it turned out you guys were friends.
We grew up from the time we were 17, 18 years old. In fact, I shouldn't really say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Wayne and I dated twins, Penny and Pat.
Oh, cool.
And we doubled everywhere we went together, and we hung out together for quite a while. And then Wayne became a police officer, and I didn't. I became a barber, and we went on our separate ways. And then about maybe while he was a commander at Area 24 over here, I went to visit him. I hadn't seen him for 25 years. He stopped everything in his tracks. He looked at me. He ran out of his office, picked me up, gave me a bear hug, and we sat and talked for about 2 hours.
He's a great guy. No question about it.
He's always been a good gentleman, and he's always was a policeman's policeman. All the police that worked under him loved him.
Great guy, and we wish him well. You know what? We're really out of time.
Oh,
so wonderful. I know it goes fast. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
The real Marty Levinson.
That's me.
Thanks, Sonny. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, Sonny.
Tune in next week, and stay tuned to see who says hi on Marty Levinson next. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.